Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Welcome Home Toronto. My name is Nathan Aswell, and it's my great pleasure to be with you again this morning, live from Vancouver. And Reverend Helen's got a pretty juicy topic this morning, and I have some great songs to complement it, starting with this medley, which I'm sure many of you have heard. It was recorded by a Hawaiian man who most affectionately was remembered as Izzy. His medley of Somewhere Over the Rainbow and What a Wonderful World. But I won't be playing it on ukulele. That you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Oh, why can't when I see trees of green and I see red roses too, I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white, and the bright blessed day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Well, I hear babies crying, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Oh, why can't ooh,
I wanted to wait to the very last note. That was so beautiful and such a beautiful way to open on this glorious, glorious Sunday morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Helen Vallot. I am the spiritual director of Welcome Home Toronto, and I welcome you to our Sunday celebration of love, where we come together on a Sunday in community, different classes, meditation, events to celebrate this infinite, creative, expansive, loving power of love that we all are. And so I welcome you to our celebration. And I mean, wow, isn't that what life is all about? Is celebrating the beauty and the glory of life. So with that, I'm going to invite Nathan back, our special musical guest all the way from Vancouver, BC, 3 hours ahead of us. Thank you, Nathan, for another song, our opening song. Thank you.
And here it is. This is a chant by my good friend Michael Stillwater. It's called I'm Opening. It's very simple, and I invite you to sing along with me. When you get comfortable with it, I'll sing it through it a couple of times. Spirit of love, I'm opening, I'm opening, I'm opening to the Spirit of love. Spirit of love, let thy love flow through me, let thy love flow through me. I'm opening my heart like a flower to the sun. I'm Spirit of love, I'm opening, I'm opening, I'm opening to the Spirit of love.
Thank you, Nathan. Oh, we've got lots of comments going on in our chat box here on Zoom. You know, that opening to the Spirit of love, opening our hearts as we move into our ritual this morning. That's what I love about ritual. It marks this moment in time and space and opens us up to the next moment of time and space. So I am going to light our candle, my candle, but it belongs, the light belongs to all of us, for we are the light, and the light is infinite in the universe. You know, our rituals, they reaffirm our cultural, our historical, even familial frameworks that we use to make sense out of, to understand life, and thus endow a sense of meaning and purpose. And so while there is immense change happening within us at all times and universally, it is marking these entrances, these exits, these openings to love itself that I find so miraculous in ritual. In New Thought, we cull and we honor the common thread between all religions and philosophies. And this month, I am honoring our New Thought teachers and mystics, both past and present, since our theme this month is I am the creative director of my life. And so I'm going to start with Thomas Troward, who was a huge influence. He and Ralph Waldo Emerson were the two major influences on Ernest Holmes. Thomas Troward says, my mind is the center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression, and means the production of something beyond what has gone on before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner within me, within each one of you. And therefore, we are at the center of this divine operation, always moving forward, always in advance of anything that has gone before us. Charles Fillmore, Fillmore's started Unity, said, it is in the law of spirit that which we must be that which we would draw to us. That is a mouthful. I'm going to say it again. It is in the law of spirit that we must be that which would draw to us. If we would draw to us love, we must be love, loving and kind. If we would have peace and harmony in our environment, we must establish it within ourselves first. And Emma Curtis Hopkins, the healer of healers, the world will persist in exhibiting before you what you persist in affirming the world is. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles. And Emmett Fox said, you can have anything in life you really want, but you must be prepared to take the responsibilities that go with it. The universe is ready the moment you are. And Ernest Holmes said, there is one power in the universe, one power. It is who we are, and we can use it. And then Terry Cole Whitaker, who is a modern day mystic, said, your body is a form of energy slowed down to assume the appearance of mass, and the mind directs the energy that determines the form. That is a pure quantum physics statement. And she is a practitioner. she is not a quantum physicist, but she is that is a quantum physics statement. And then lastly, Eckhart Tolle, life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. How do you know this experience is what you need? Because it is the experience you are having in this moment. And so I invite you just to look into the light, breathe in the light, breathe in, open your heart, open your mind, and settle into your heart space. As our practitioner of the day, Linda Visosky, opens us in spiritual mind treatments. And so welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Reverend Helen. Good morning, everyone. I love Nathan's song, I'm opening to the spirit of love, and this is what my treatment is all about today. So in this moment, I invite us to be present, simply present to this moment. Take a deep breath, and if it feels comfortable, allow your eyes to close. Let's simply bathe in the stillness of this moment. So as I relax, I let go, and I know there is a divine presence, one divine energy that I call God. This divine presence is right here, right now. This energy is love, peace, wisdom, joy. I embrace these words, knowing that I am a divine expression of God. God is, I am. I am creating a reality of life, of my life, filled with peace, filled with joy, filled with oneness. I access this still small voice within me. For in the silence, I hear the voice of God. I trust my inner knowing, my inner compass. I see the world I want to see, all people living in peace, in joy, free of disease and poverty, people at peace with themselves, their friends and their families. For I trust and I know it all begins with me. All things are possible. There is a power for good in the universe, and I can use it on principle, the words of Ernest Holmes. I lean into my greatness, the inner power of knowing the truth of who I am. I am the creative director of my life. I declare right here and right now, I step into this beautiful, magnificent spring day, rising above any current circumstances or conditions. And I choose to live in peace, in joy, in harmony with and as the divine. Through the power of love, I let go of the past and live moment by moment in my own unique brilliance. I am grateful for the power of God in my life, and I continually expand my consciousness to deeper levels of spiritual truth. I accept the responsibility of the choices in my life. For every moment, I am always at choice. With grace and gratitude and an open heart, I release these words to the law of mind, knowing all is good, all is God, and all is unfolding in divine order. So I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Beautiful, Linda. And your voice is just so soothing, and I just, dropping down into the heart space and hearing your words. Truly beautiful. Thank you. And Nathan, I'm going to hand it over to you for another song.
So, in keeping with our theme this morning of opening and surrender, this is a chant of mine called A Gentle Prayer. The words are, help me please, I don't know what to do, but I trust that you do. Guide me, help me surrender to my greatest good. Breathing in, breathing out, I trust that an answer will come. Help me, please. I don't know what to do, but I trust that you do. Guide me. Help me surrender to my greatest good. Help me, please. I don't know what to do, but I know that you do. Guide me. Help me surrender to my greatest good. Breathing in, breathing out, I trust that an answer will come. Help me, please. I don't know what to do, but I trust that you do. Guide me. Help me surrender to my greatest good. Breathing in, breathing out, I trust that an answer will come. Breathing in, breathing out, I trust that an answer will come. Help me, please. I don't know what to do, but I trust that you do. Guide me. Help me surrender to my greatest good.
Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, just breathe that in. Oh, Linda, I'm going to bring you back. So,
Yes,
how? I was going to say, long time no see. We had a walk together yesterday in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, which was glorious, and just looking at the beautiful, beautiful trees, and they're going to start to blossom soon, and it's so exciting. So, Linda, how are you using the creative process in your life this year? This year, this past year,
Wow.
this month? How are you the creative director?
Well, it's so interesting because Ernest Holmes' quote, there's a power for good in the universe and we can use it. is forever, I'm forever affirming that, because the goodness is love and it's always with us. And it's who I am. I mentioned to you yesterday that I just finished with our book club, the book Untamed by Glennon Doyle, a very interesting book where she talks about we come into the world whole and perfect, but for some reason we take on patterns that leave us feeling wounded, and we lose the wonder of the world and get enmeshed in our woundedness, so to speak. So I looked in my own life that way, and I realized that we're always at choice. But sometime when I was younger, I never felt I had that choice. I didn't have that consciousness of choice, right? So I look at Rustin with that little baby and just feel this little baby is so innocent and so dependent on mommy and daddy, but he's also already picking up the vibes between them in the family, and how important it is to enhance this feeling of love and security. So that was one gem from the book. Just one more I'll tell you too, which was really important. She mentions, and this was important for me, the importance of letting go of controlling one's life. And you and I have had this discussion, Reverend Helen, because being in business where I was helping others, I took that on to, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I took it on to a degree of feeling I had to rescue people. And you very calmly would say to me, Linda, everyone's on their own soul journey. You can support and love them, but it's not about you trying to fix anybody. No control, surrender with love. So that was one of the points in the book that truly resonated, and something that I, every day when I'm with people, and my children, I simply say to them, you have all the answers within you. Trust your own inner wisdom. Right? So that was really important. It was, and when I live from this place, Helen, I feel miracles happen. I get out of my own way and just allow life to flow. And there's so much more ease and grace and joy and anticipation of life. So yeah, I'm forever grateful. The creative process is working, and I know I'm the master creator and director of my life. So I know that. So what I choose and what I decide is what I manifest. So I'm into manifesting more life, more love, more peace, more wisdom, more connection. Right? So
that's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. And brilliant, Linda. And I think, when you were talking, I just kept thinking, oh, yeah, well, this leads into my talk today, and this leads into my talk today, and this leads into my talk today. And it's so perfect that we're, when we're willing to surrender and to let go. And yes, we have had many, many conversations about that. And it's a journey, right?
Yes.
It's not a destination. It's a constant renewal of our mind, and renew our mind, renew it. Yeah. So, and I love what you said. I should have added that into the affirmation. I am the master and the creative director of my life. Mm-hmm. I love that. So if you want to add that into the affirmation, because you can take us through it, and perfect.
Okay. So the affirmation for today for the month is, I am the master and creator of my life. So let's say that all together. I am the master and creator of my life. And so it is.
And so it is. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Nathan, you got a song coming on that is one of my all-time favorite songs. So have at it.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, yes.
Oh, wow, you called me ma'am.
I did. Sorry. That's not a comment on your age. at all.
Wow, not many people call me ma'am.
Okay.
That's so cute. Thank you. I
I'm
think.
very old school in some ways.
Oh, I love it.
So as Helen just said, this is a song that's near and dear to her, and something that I certainly enjoy performing too, although I haven't done it very many times. A song by my good friend and fellow songwriter Jamie Lula. It's called Something's Calling Me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feel like I'm walking on marbles. Can't still the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. A long dark night, my soul it wanders. I can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, hold me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I'm not the only one to live inside these blues. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My faith is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. What is calling you a little bit deeper than you've ever been before? God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been before.
Oh, that was stunning, stunning, Nathan. And aren't we all being called to go deeper, deeper and deeper and deeper? I think we're all on this journey of finding more meaning and purpose in our life, and the journey of, okay, what is next? What is next for us to expand into and express? And that's not just in our community. There is a growing confluence between people who are interested in cognitive science, people who are interested in mindfulness and meditation. And this is also academically as well as in the general public. And why is this so? Why is this now starting to blossom into yes, a journey and this need to cultivate wisdom and a sense of oneness and belonging to something more. And the something more is not the something outside of us. It's what's in our souls. What is our purpose? What is that eternal wisdom that lives within us? And, it's so interesting because there's this increased interest in the use of ayahuasca, psychedelic, to have this experience of consciousness. And I was in conversation with someone who was in Costa Rica, I think it was a couple months ago, and had her first ayahuasca experience. And I'm like, oh my God, that is on my bucket list to do. And I'm in for experiences, wherever they take me. And she said, well, do you want to come back with me to Costa Rica in April? And I'm like, oh, that is so tempting, but I cannot go in April. I said, how about June? Available in June. She says, well, maybe. So it's just there is this growing trend to seek out experiences that are going to give us a sense of there's something more. And so think about this. What if we could live the mystical experience consistently? Live in the wonder of life and awaken each day as a magical child that goes, oh, what's next? What's next for me to explore? And then as we watch the blossoms start to unfold this spring, that we're in this wonder of, this is a miracle. Look at the beauty. Like I said, even yesterday, walking in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, looking up at the blue sky, and it was like, oh, look at this glorious day. It's amazing. This is what it means to live in the fullness of life, that each day is mystical and full of experiences for us to enjoy. So how do we get to this place? And it's interesting because I have a client, I've been working with them for 2 years. We're talking ADHD, mile a minute, high cortisol levels, works in the financial industry, bang, 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 look at this, look what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. He just was on the go. And he's like, I can't slow my brain down. And it was like in our sessions, like I had a hard time keeping up with him because his brain was moving so fast. And he's like a super great, intelligent guy, but whole repeating and repeating and repeating the same thing in his head. And I said, have you ever tried meditation? He's like, no. I said, why don't you check out some meditation apps and try meditation? And so he checked out some apps and he was on some apps. And 2 years later, he's like, our last session, he's like, I think I have meta consciousness. And I'm like, oh, what's that? He goes, I'm out of my head. I don't, it's not thinking, it's experiencing. I'm in this whole other level of consciousness where I can, I can, I can actually see what I'm thinking, and I can choose. And I'm taking a step back and I'm responding. I'm like, so cool. He goes, I'm up to 45 minutes a day and I haven't missed a day in 3 months. And he said, I'm having this whole other experience. I'm like, yes, because you stayed with it. You stayed with a tool, a practice that will give you another experience. And so now he's communicating on a completely different level. And he's moving into understanding his experience, not only in the now, but all the patterning of belief and behavior that kept him locked in to a certain experience of his life that he didn't want to be in. But he kept repeating it over and over because he didn't know how to get out. There's a really interesting quote by Michelangelo. If people only knew how hard I work to gain my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful at all. You think about the mastery of Michelangelo in his painting and what he has created. That was not an overnight success. He worked at it. He used his tools every single day to hone his craft. And this is what each one of us can do with the practices that we have. If we can take our tools and practices and hone our craft. You know, a lot of people say spirit breath is so hard. It's so hard to do that breathing because it's this circular, ongoing breathing through the mouth, into the belly, into the chest, and exhaling, and into the belly, into the chest, and exhaling. People say, I get dizzy and my mouth gets dry. And it's like, yep. And my mind says, this is too long, it's too hard, I can't keep it up. And once you get past all of that, it's like, oh, into the meta consciousness, into, well, it's consciousness actually. It's just consciousness. It's all consciousness, but we're completely having a different experience because we've moved from the old survival part of our brain into the front neocortex part of the brain, where there's expansion into new ideas. And we don't get to that place unless we are willing to surrender. Surrender to the breath. Surrender into what's calling you. Stop fighting. Surrender. Go with the flow. And there is something that happens when we go beyond our thinking mind into another space and place. We experience our oneness with breath, our oneness with body, and our oneness with the universe. But here's the thing. We have to disrupt our regular thinking patterns. Otherwise, we are locked and blocked into the same way of doing things the same way over and over again. We want to alter our state of consciousness, disrupt all those learned patterns of being and thinking and feeling in order to have these new insights into our oneness. So I want to talk about the shaman for a minute, because the shaman does a lot of things to get into an altered state of consciousness. They don't just do the ayahuasca. They get into an altered state of consciousness through singing, dancing, chanting, putting on the clothing and the masks of the animal that they're attempting to get to know, to become, so that they become a master tracker of that animal. And they disrupt the everyday framing so that they can get an enhanced insight that they might not otherwise see. Knowing how to alter your attention, how to change your perspective, of what you're observing in your life, you become the shaman of your life. You become the artist of your life, and your life is art. And it's moving through you as you, because life flows through everything. It passes into every human event, and it translates itself through every human act. And the thing is do you realize you have the choice on what you're painting, what you're creating? Just like Linda said, I realize I have choice now. If you learn to give yourself that altered state of consciousness, which is really not an altered state, it's just an expanded state that we could live in. We could all live in it all the time and have that flow through every action. We will discover the things that we didn't think were possible. And, you know, it's like we become this oneness with all the tools we have to create. And think of the immensity of potential for living life artfully that exists within you. Right now, in this moment, in your consciousness, is the entire consciousness of the universe. And it is the intelligent, creative energy that is creating and recreating every cell in our body. And it is an opportunity to observe our life as a beautiful expression of art. We have to get into the flow. We have to get into flow versus fighting. And every time we are fighting, we are creating more friction. It's like Michael Singer in the Surrender Experiment, which I think the book club is reading right now. Yes, they are. Judy mentioned that last week. Michael Singer just kept saying yes to whatever showed up. Even though his head was saying, well, I don't really want to do this. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to go in flow. And it's a thing for each one of us. It's a personal journey to just have that faith and trust that if we say yes and we're in flow, we will start to experience the mystical aspect of life, that divine essence within us calling us to go deeper, to say yes to more and more and more. So I want to talk a little bit about what a violinist goes through, because most people think that for a violinist, the violin is the most crucial aspect of their instrument. That it's the, you know, they need the violin. And yes, they do. It is one tool. And for people who are in awe, if you've ever seen or had the honor of witnessing Joshua Bell play on his 300-year-old Stradivarius violin, it is truly a moment of genius in the world, for sure. And yes, he plays brilliantly, but it's not because of only his violin. It is his musicality, it is his technical abilities that are breathtaking, as well as the exquisite Stradivarius, for sure. What people don't know is that the bow is actually just as important, if not more important, than the violin. And sometimes more expensive than the violin. And I know this because when our daughter was playing violin, it wasn't about her violin. It was about the bow. Because the violinist spends hours testing out bows for the weightlessness and the weight at the same time. The bow must have the suitable flexibility that synchronizes with their wrists to land perfectly on the violin strings. The bow, which becomes an extension of the hand, or perhaps the hand becomes the extension of the bow, becomes one. To then meld and work with the violin and the other fingers of the violin that are putting their fingers on the strings to create this incredible music. So there are many elements, but the violinist must become one with the bow and the violin to create the music where you don't know where the person and the bow and the violin and the reading of the music begin or end and begin again. It is this consistent flow of using the tools that we have and becoming one with them to create this circular motion of no beginning, no end, with our infinite creative, intelligent energy that lives within us. So our meditation, our prayer, the music, it's all an instrument for us to connect in, but we want to become so in tune with the instrument and our spirit at the same time that we are living this mystical life of seeing and experiencing love only. This is called living in the flow state, a state of us oneness. And think about it. You know, I remember when we went to hear Joshua Bell, I say see, but we saw him, but we heard him. It was like, it was everything at once. And this world of sound, yes, just riveted through me for this incredible experience, this incredible feeling of experiencing the music. Now imagine if we were living our life having these incredible experiences of life just moving through us one after the other, enhancing every sense that we had. And our consciousness only knew one thing. I am the entire universe having an experience of the entire universe in this moment. This is what it means to surrender. To surrender as the divine being that you are, as the entire universe, and allow everything, all of your senses, to experience so much more. So when you walk outside this spring and you start to see these buds bursting with color, you're like, oh, whoa, this is an incredible experience. And you start to smell those beautiful flowers coming up and the earth thawing, that your sense of smell is explosive. And that you hear those birds, those beautiful birds chirping. And you go, that is the most beautiful music I've ever heard. And you are giving yourself this experience of oneness and delight and this experience of sheer magic in the moment. Then you will know that you are in flow. You will know that you have the power within you to observe every experience from a place of the mystic that knows love only. Forgive everything. Remember who you are. For the keynote of our consciousness is in every corner of our mind, every fiber of our being. And sometimes the difficulty with us is what we are observing in the here and now gets muddied because we're dragging the history into the present day and not allowing ourselves to be in that childlike wonder. So then we reaffirm the continuous experience of the same patterns that we were experiencing over and over again. And we're locked and we're blocked. So unlock yourself, unblock yourself by saying, I choose to see everything with this childlike wonder and from a place of heart, from a place of love. And have compassion and forgiveness for what was. Because when we are empty of any reaction to our history, then we can observe not only the past, not only the present, the future. And we can ask ourselves these two very important questions. One, what must I be now in order to bring healing to the past and my ancestors? I'm going to say it again. What must I be in my beingness now in order to bring healing to the past and my ancestors? And the second question is, what must I be now for the well-being of future generations? What must I be now? Not become, because becoming, you're still becoming and you're becoming and you're becoming into the future. No, what must I be, embody now for the well-being of future generations? Because when we profoundly understand that everything that was, that is, and now and will be is a part of a matrix of the forward momentum of evolution, then we will take the time to pause and consider our actions and say, am I creating my now from the quantum archetypes of love, kindness, beauty, goodness, justice, truth, and wholeness? Life is the only perfect unity from which everything proceeds, including yourself and all of your experiences. Life is in us. We are it. We are the artist and we are the art. So Ernest Holmes said, learn to see through confusion into peace. Learn to see through sickness into health. Learn to see through poverty into success and abundance. Learn to believe in the all-sustaining good. And so can we fully surrender into the flow, trust ourselves as the entire universe that we are, and be at peace. Surrender into the flow state of the mystical life. And all is well. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I just so appreciate all of you and for listening in today. And I am going to bring up our announcements and PowerPoint here. So, our mission statement is supporting people in exploring their spiritual intelligence, using the new thought, principles, and philosophy to transform their lives, And we do this through classes, meditation, prayer, music, community events, and our Sunday celebration of love. And our vision statement is love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And our divine giving affirmation, and I invite you to say this with me. Divine love flows through me. It blesses and multiplies all that I have, all I give, and all I receive. I am richly blessed, creating a greater and greater flow of abundance. And so it is. And we gratefully receive your contribution to keep us going so that we can eventually all come together in a space and oh, won't that be wonderful to hug each other and be with one another and be in this beautiful, beautiful energy together. And to do that and to continue offering the programs that we do, please do send a tithe into welcomeomtoronto.com or an e-transfer to info@welcomeomtoronto.com. And of course, 10% of what we receive goes to the Seeds of Hope Foundation this month, which is a wonderful Toronto organization. And a few announcements. Okay, 30-day challenge, creating resilience from the heart. This is using science. You know, I didn't grow up loving science. I love science now. Oh my God, I love science. And this is using the science of the heart and the heart math practices to create more mind-body coherence. And that starts on April 1st. And if you can't make it to the live session, you receive the recording. So you're all good there. And then we have Mad Hatter Bingo on Sunday, April 11th, 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. There's prizes, there's a prize for the best hat, and tickets are now available online. So get your tickets for bingo. And of course, the more tickets sold, bigger the cash prizes. So tell your friends, tell family, kids can join in. Love, love, love bingo. And of course, we'll have the beautiful, wonderful, irreverent Fred. The irreverend Reverend Fred Ouimet. He's not irreverent, but he certainly is funny and fun. He's going to be hosting the bingo, and there's lots of different prices for tickets. It's all available to you online. And Spirit Breath, Mondays, 8 a.m. and noon continues. Sunday, April 4th, we are going to start at a new time. Meditation is going to be at 9:30, and we're going to start the service at 10 a.m. And that is so you can get outside and enjoy the rest of this beautiful, beautiful summer while the weather is great. And you know what? Nathan has kindly said he would join us an hour early from Vancouver. So it's going to be 7 a.m. for Nathan. But we're going to start that Sunday, April 4th. And I would like to say thank you to Nathan, and thank you to Linda, our certified practitioner, for your beautiful words and inspiring treatment this morning, and to our practitioner, Nick Michelli, who gave our meditation this morning. And Nick, jump in because you want to talk very quickly about a program that you're doing today on Facebook.
Yes, the program, I'm in a concert that's part of an international set of concerts called World Storytelling Day. They take place all through March. And my show is at 7 o'clock. The information is on Eventbrite. I'll try to stick a link into the Eventbrite page. There's a Zoom link to see the concert. There's also a means to pay if you want and if you can. It's $10 for a ticket and $5 extra if you want to help the relief effort in Yemen. So It's all there on the Eventbrite page, and the theme is New Beginnings. So if anyone's interested in that, I'll try to get that info to you.
Oh, thank you, Nick. And for those of you who know, Nick is a brilliant, brilliant storyteller. So thank you for sharing that with us today. And thank you, all of you, Welcome Home community on YouTube. Thank you for your comments on YouTube. Thank you to everyone on Zoom. Have a beautiful day. And Nathan, you're going to take us out with?
I'm going to take us out with something very playful, a song of mine called Jump Right In, a playful comment about surrender. And this is a call and response song. So if I was with you all in person, I would be getting you to answer me back. So the song is Jump Right In. I would sing jump right in and you would answer me back. So feel free to do that with me from wherever you are if you so choose. And if not, tap your feet or get up and dance if you dare. Sitting up here on my high horse, sure do like the view. Our grass looks greener on the other side. Don't know what to do. If I keep all my options open, play it safe and wait, my whole life is gonna pass me by. Time to step up to the plate. I'm gonna have to jump right in, jump right in. I'm gonna jump right in. Yes, I'm gonna jump right in to find out I can fly. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty got a great call. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again, 'cause all they found where he landed was his shell and his clothes. His transformation was like total. Where did he get to? I suppose he went and jumped right in. Yes, he went and jumped right in. You know, he went and jumped right in to find out he could fly. Well, I'm scared to jump, but you know what they say. You got to feel the fear and do it anyway. I might fall and I might crack, and both feet are in and I'm not turning back. 'Cause even if I get busted or maybe lose my shell, I'll be a better man for it, or with some tales to tell. Once I decide to move forward, the universe will move too. And it's not what I do, it's how I do it that's gonna see me through. Yeah, I'm gonna jump right in. Yes, I'm gonna jump right in. You know I'm gonna jump right in to find out I can fly. Jump right in 4 times. I'm gonna jump right in. Yes, I'm gonna jump right in. You know I'm gonna jump right in. Yes, I'm gonna jump right in. You know I'm gonna jump right in to find out I can fly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I had to mute myself because I was singing along and you don't want to hear me singing. So thank you for that, Nathan. Many, many blessings to you. Many blessings to everyone. Namaste. Have yourself a wonderful, glorious Sunday. Bye for now.
Love and blessings.